This should say no witnesses, but we still have lots of witnesses.
Oh, you have many witnesses.
Ballsy. Okay.
It's too ungodly to even mention.
Every droid on the station is going to become a target.
The risk is too high. The risk is too high.
This interpolitical bullshit is starting to really eat away at me.
Their name is, what the hell was the name?
That's what happens when you don't shell out for the big robo-penis.
Fantastic.
Gonk, 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 gonk. Hello everyone, and welcome to DN Digital's Starships and Scoundrels campaign. My name is Dave, and I'll be your game master. We're using the Star Wars 5e system to tell the story of a crew of a smuggling freighter known as the Mayday, set about a year after the fall of the Jedi Order. Each session is going to be going live on Wednesdays around 3 p.m. Pacific time, so make sure to subscribe, click that bell, do all those YouTube things, and tune back in next week for more action. With all that out of the way, let's get into it.
Last time on Starships and Scoundrels, the crew of the Mayday regrouped after defending the crater from Fabla's forces. They decided to give their allies time to rest after the fight, and went about seeking further aid around the station. Harry and Umbrand went to visit 999, only to learn that they were far less welcome in the refinery without their droid companion present. A hesitant deal was struck nonetheless. Dredd and Kiba checked in on the severely wounded D4L3, and split up so Kiba could earn credits by taking D4L3 to a medical station. Dredd then met with Huntail in secret at the hotel, where he met a Togruta named Kada, who revealed to him more about his mysterious past.
And with all that, we're going to go ahead and return specifically to Kiba. You have been kind of floating your way back through the corridors of Cascadia on your way back to the crater. You figure you're probably about halfway back to your allies when you get to passing by the door of a diner called Refta's. A portly, balding man who appears to be middle-aged, he's human, opens the door of the diner just saying, excuse me, but you wouldn't happen to be Kiba, would you? If you have a moment, my associate has a business proposition for you. What would you like to do?
Who's your associate?
I mean, she would prefer just to address you face to face. I suppose associate is far more generous of a way of viewing it than I think she does.
All right. And he's gonna have one hand on his blaster as he follows the guy in.
All right, yeah, he'll lead you on in. You see sitting it's like a pretty standard diner-looking space. But rather than a lot of the kind of spherical tables that they have at like the bars and cantinas around, this place is more kind of just these big flat discs that kind of just float in the middle. And you see, and they have actually kind of like little seat-like things floating, and they seem to be just kind of in unison, so you never get off axis from the table discs. And the entire place is cleared out, except for you see Xanis Hayes sitting at one of them.
Alright, Kiba's going to pull out his blaster. He's not going to start shooting, though. But he's very much holding it in his hands, ready.
Okay, here, let me do this really quick.
Kiba, the pull-out king.
The pull-out king. Ooh, yeah, you see that she doesn't immediately, like, seem to react. But you do see that at least her hand is kind of, like, resting conveniently, like, one of her hands is resting conveniently, at an angle that you can't see it underneath the table that she's at. Oh, Kiba. Business is business. I'm not here to go and fight you in any way. Please, would you like a drink or something? Some food?
Tell me why you're so here.
I'm here on a job. There's a particular person that needs to be brought in. Thought you could be of help. Well, I only found out about you being here after the fact. Your friends are not very discreet.
No, this should say no witnesses, but we still have lots of witnesses.
Oh, you have many witnesses. I mean, someone of Harry's stature, it's any random person walking around. Besides, I figured you were still traveling with them. It hasn't been long.
So,
Decided-
what's of this job?
In the time between when we last met, I did a little more research. You seem to have a particular preference in your hunts. Certain former Jedi?
There's one here.
Oh, well, at least all the intel I've been able to gather indicates that they're here. Haven't been able to track him down yet, though. I only just got here pretty recently, within the last hour or two.
Interesting. And what is the bounty on this one?
They said that they would pay 20,000 credits to bring them in dead or alive.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. I'd be willing to split with you if you're interested. Figured you have a little more expertise in this area than I do.
Miss dealt with one before, sure.
I've made a point of not dealing with them before now, but given that my last contract fell through a little bit, I'm needing to make some quick credits. So, are you in?
Alright. Yeah, Misa in.
Good, please. Come sit down then. We can discuss more details about it.
Alright, Kiba's gonna float over, and it's weird to think of sitting when you're in 0G, but I guess he's gonna sit down.
Yeah, there's kind of like weird, sort of like if you had like a teardrop, but there's like kind of a scallop taken out of it. So that there's like kind of like little things you can kind of rest into. It kind of puts you in a nice little comfortable posture. So, now that we're both working on this together, I can at least tell you who the name of the bounty is. They go by the name of Keda Law, served during the Clone Wars. Apparently they went and busted up our employer's gun-running business back in the day, and disappeared because it was right towards the end. They haven't had a chance to actually take their revenge. So preferably bringing them back in alive would be better, but he said the dead would be fine as well.
And you say the pay is the same, regardless if they're dead or alive.
That's what he said.
So, what do you know?
At the moment, that they were at least last seen on the base. I haven't had a chance to find them yet. Have you heard any rumblings about Jedi on the station?
Misa no think so. But Misa get embroiled in a little gang war. Was distracted, so possible Misa missed something.
Well, I at least have a few contacts around I can start asking. Perhaps you could see what you could drum up and we will reconnect.
And Misa go talk to my contacts.
Sounds like a plan. Now, I actually am quite hungry, so I'm gonna sit here and eat. And then I'll get back to work. I figure they probably don't know we're here looking for them, so we have a little bit of time.
Alright. Misa go back to where I came from.
Alright then. I assume you have a comm link that I could reach you on?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the two of you can just like swap your comm link numbers so that way you can actually get in touch if you're within range. Alright then, well, unless you had anything else, if you wanted to stay for a meal, I suppose I will be in touch soon. Alright, and do you start leaving then, or?
Yeah, he'll start floating on out. What is the range on comm links anyway?
They'll cover at least the size of the station. Once you get outside kind of this sort of range, you might have issues, especially if there's like electrical interference. So yeah, are you just gonna head back to the crater at this point, or?
Yeah, he's gonna head back and talk to the many people he knows there who know a lot more about the station than he does.
Sounds good. So yeah, you're able to go and float back. No issues, nothing really comes up. So then as you're making your way back, we're going to jump over to Drod/Dread. You have just left the Sultan Hotel after meeting with Huntail.
I've had an idea, and I need to see if there's even a possibility of it working. So I'm going to head to the Tech Union.
That it'll take you a little while to kind of get around the station to get there, but you're able to get there after a little bit of time. It looks very corporate on the outside. They have just kind of like these clear glass-like sliding doors that kind of open up and close into the hallway. You see that there is kind of a droid presence around, kind of like stationed almost as security, but they seem just kind of to be more there for show. And there is a organic being sitting behind a desk, kind of floating over there, like typing away on a data pad. I was like, "Oh, hello! Welcome to the Techno Union. How may I be of assistance?"
Yeah, I'd like to speak to the men in charge, or lady, as it were. I don't know.
Do you have an appointment of some kind?
I can make an appointment, if you would prefer that. How's 5 minutes from now, Sam?
What is the nature of your visits, and what is your name, so I can check in to see if the availability is there?
He's gonna slap 1,000 credits onto the desk and say, it's a business venture. And then he'll slip another 300 and say, from an interested anonymous party.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
Well, I would like to use a fate point, because why not?
You may do so.
I'll start blowing the murder. Natural 20.
Cash is king.
Oh boy.
22.
Of course, sir. Please, just one moment so that way we can make sure the office is prepared for visitors. Things have been a little bit hectic around here as of late. It will not even be 5 minutes. I'll be right back. And she kind of just like kicks off from the desk and zooms back through. Literally moments later, floats back out and says, yes, the man in charge, as you referred to him, will see you now. And she'll gesture you in through the door. And it's like, that's the big door at the end of the hallway. Can't miss it.
Well, and he'll float on in.
Yeah. And so you float on in. You see way down towards the, like I said, the far end, that there's a big door. There's a bunch of like little kind of offices lining this hallway, like different just doors clearly going into people's workspaces. But over the one at the far end, you see in giant letters the name Ty Delsta, and as you approach, the doors just slide open for you. And you see behind there a Skakoan sitting kind of behind a big wooden desk. Somewhat unusual. You'd be kind of confused as to why they would have a wooden desk in this kind of place, but you have to find out more, dig more if you wanted to find out. And Skakoan, for those who don't know, if you've seen the Clone Wars animated series, they have like a lot of, he's got like this big kind of metal collar that comes up like over to here on his head. And green skin, kind of like no hair on top, has these big old giant goggles. You hear through just a very robotic kind of modulated sounding voice through a speaker on the front.
I hear that you have business for me. Please, come in.
And he'll gesture in front of the desk. There doesn't seem to be a seat there, but gestures.
He'll float in, look around, just check the corners for any kind of security measures or anything.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Your dupe. 13.
You see that there's distinctly a security camera put up in one of the corners pointed towards the door you came in through.
I come on behalf of the Inuba gang. And I'd like to broker some form of working relationship if that would benefit you in any particular way.
What would be the nature of this working relationship?
How pleased are you with Pablo and his boys?
We have an understanding.
Yeah. I'd like to offer you a more lucrative understanding.
Please, I'm a man of details. No need to beat around the bush.
Double whatever they're taken care of for you at half the offered cost.
It is tempting, but last I checked, Mr. Johnson Inuba was not one able to provide quite that level of credits. Is there something changing that I should be aware of around here to make that possible?
Let's just say his network doesn't exactly limit itself to this station. He's got friends in many places, and he intends to continue to make that happen. So, if you feel like reaching beyond these particular stars, I don't think Fablo is going to get you much further than us.
Does Dredd actually think that, or does he think or know that Harry has actual like contacts outside, or is he trying to like kind of bluff his way?
This is
through
a
the
deception check,
situation?
if that's what you're asking.
Yes, that is precisely.
Going for
Then
deception.
deception check, please.
I'm tempted to use it again. My boys, are you dead set against me using another fate point?
How many do we have left?
Go
Use
for it.
You have 5.
All right, I'm using
Go
it.
for it.
Oh, buddy. Oh no.
They come back around. That's a 5.
Well, let's see how he does.
There's a 1 on that dice.
I mean, there are 10 ones on the die. Please, Mr. Anonymous. If you have nothing of actual material value to offer to me, then I would ask that you please leave, so I may carry about my own business.
That's the material value. I got a ship and a crew.
I have many ships and many crews at my disposal. What makes yours so special?
Have you heard of the Mayday?
No.
Exactly.
What kind of ship is it?
Smuggling ship.
What size?
Nice little light runner. YT series.
Okay, that's a moderate amount of cargo, usually much smaller than the scale of business I work in, but I suppose it could be useful for certain applications.
Our value, particularly discreet. Distribution, perhaps.
Indeed, but this seems not quite in line with the people you speak for's process or how they all properly fit into it. If you would be interested in working just directly for me, I would be most interested in employing a man of your talents.
Steep price.
Not when you can have the type of protection I offer. I'm sure that Harry Johnson in Yuba will be not a problem for you for very long if you decide to see where the credits truly lie.
I'm going to lay it out all on the table for you. Pablo's probably got more men than us. He's probably got more firepower. But he's never outrun a hut. He's never survived a Star Destroyer. You want someone who knows how to actually disappear. Someone who knows how to actually evade detection from the Empire. Someone who knows how to actually make this happen.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh. That's an 18. Oh, that 3 was so close.
I tell you what, there was a gift I gave Fabla some time ago as an understanding of our partnership. If you acquire it and bring it back to me, then you can consider us having a deal.
Yeah, I like those odds.
It is a old replica of a blaster, crafted by a very fine artisan. It is non-functional, purely decorational, but carries some sentimental value to me. I don't know where inside of his base he keeps it, but likely I should hope either in his study or in his vault.
Very well. Thank you, sir. You've been most generous with your patience. I know business deals can be quite grating.
But I see at least even if they were unwilling, you have accepted the benefits of cybernetic enhancements. I approve of these choices, so good for you. But one last thing, I need some kind of name to work with. Be as inaccurate as you like, but at least something to refer to you as.
W. Dredd.
W. Dredd. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing how things shake out.
Very well. And he'll float back away out towards the room. He'll give himself a couple of meters before he actually turns around and actually turns his back on the man. But
Sure.
yeah, he'll just float off towards the crater with the new intel.
All right, back to the crater it is. So you've all been out at this point for like a couple hours, bouncing around, doing various things, seeing various people, except for R5, who was plugged in and recharging inside of the crater this whole time. But you fortunately power up right as everybody's kind of returning and filing back in. You notice that Roos and Sictor have not returned yet, but Clark and Piana are still here. They look significantly better, and they've been patched up a good amount since when you last saw. Yeah.
No, I wasn't in sleep mode. Hey guys.
You were definitely in sleep mode. It's on now.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with sleep mode. Some of my favorite droids are still in sleep mode.
Speaking of, you guys are coming up on being around the point where you're going to need to either get some proper sleep or need to start rolling some con checks to see if you take exhaustion and all that.
I'm gonna first put the hot stuff hat on R5.
Okay.
It is very precariously perched on top of your head at the moment. It was definitely not designed for the size of an astromech head, so you could very easily shake it off if you chose. But
Yes.
it does.
He's got the antenna on his top. I'm gonna kind of run the antenna through one of the top holes, one of the grommets in the top of the hat.
Indeed, but fortunately, it is a retractable antenna, so if you wish to drop it, you may.
I dropped the hat.
Yep, it falls off nearly as soon as it is placed on his head. But there is a brief moment that your ocular sensors are able to pick up where you have this mental image of the hat on him. But you know that there's nothing you can do to force him to wear that hat any longer than that.
Well, that's special made for you and everything.
You're being nice. Why? What happened when I was out?
It looks good on you. It's a valuable accessory. I don't see why I can't every now and again gift members of my crew for their service and hard work.
This looks like something you would find at a space boardwalk.
You're not wrong, but
look. Okay, so aside from shopping, what everybody get up to? We're still at war, right?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, we're at war.
Okay, that hasn't changed.
I mean, you were asleep for maybe a couple hours. You really think it would change in that fast?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Brendan.
So wait, what did happen when I was out?
I'm Brendan. I went to go talk to 999.
Ballsy. Okay.
Interesting choice of words.
I mean, some words were said. I wanted to kill him, but I chose not to.
Okay. Isn't he supposed to be on our side?
Oh, he was, but then he didn't want to be on our side either.
He doesn't want to be on anybody's side.
Exactly.
But he's agreeing to help us, right? So...
Well, I mean, I asked. I mean, he's agreeing to send droids to a specific location when they tell him to.
Right. With the intent or express purpose of storming the castle and ending the war. Right?
Well, when one war door closes, another war door is going to open when we have to go fight the Techno Union, so... Is that really a thing?
On that point, I may have a better offer from the Techno Union.
I'm listening.
What? Really?
Here's the deal.
Are we trying to piss off everybody on the station?
All we gotta do is get in there, find a gun that the Techno Union gave Fabler, and get it back to them. And they're on our side. Same deal they had with Fabler,
no.
just with us.
They are not on our side. We agreed to kick them off the station.
We agreed with a bunch of droids who'd rather see us dead and gone.
And dismembered.
Oh, yeah.
The Techno Union actually wants to work with us, long as we prove ourselves.
Who do you think built the Star Destroyer that got dropped on your head? They'd just as soon as sell us out to the Empire the moment we turn our backs on them. Droids at least just want to keep to themselves.
I mean, your droid buddies would probably drop their own, I don't know, bodies on top of us the second we did the same thing. You don't think I've been through 1 or 2 droid revolutions? I put together droids for a living. I know how they think.
You also do really quickly hear Disfat chime in. It's like, also the Techno Union doesn't make starships. Just putting that out there.
See, they don't make Starship.
Not saying I disagree with the argument of whose side they'll probably fall on and anything, but, just if you're going to point that out.
If all goes well, we'll be off the station in a few days after this is all over, so I don't see any problem with breaking a few deals. If you got a problem with how this happens?
I mean...
Yeah, because once again, the droids are the ones getting f***ed over here.
I mean, I offered them a chance to coexist, but they chose not to.
And what are we doing right now? Coexisting.
Well...
They're fine with just keeping to themselves in the refinery.
Are they, though? Because they seem to want to get rid of everybody that's not them.
Okay, look, our 9 is a little extreme, but the rest of them aren't.
Yeah.
He literally said he wants all non-bios off the ship. He told me that personally.
Okay, and that's doable, right? This whole galaxy out there, just find somewhere else.
I mean, that's exactly counter to what this entire gang has been trying to do this whole time. I don't know why this station is so special to these guys, but for some reason it is. And if they want to be in charge of it, that's fine. But I put together what I got. If we don't do it, there's no harm, no foul. They just won't help us.
More specifically, Arthur. They don't just want to exist. They want more than that. Gotta say...
What, respect?
We can't really help with that. No, if they just wanted independence and respect, by all means, go for it. But they want to do things to organics that just shouldn't be done.
All right, oh boy.
Was that other droid talking?
What horrific story have you been told now?
It's too ungodly to even mention.
He wants to cut off his penis.
But important enough to influence your decision, but not important enough to actually...
Because the man...
Explain?
The man needs his penis, and he wants it to be cut off, okay?
Okay,
Maybe you don't understand this about biologics, but we need penises to exist.
He says that to everybody. It gets under the organic skin. He's not going to do it.
Very slowly.
He never has.
He's not getting underneath my skin.
No, he won't. He's not going to try that. He just talks a big game.
The risk is too high.
Seriously?
The risk is too high.
Seriously, you're going to let some smack talk justify us betraying what I just tried to set up to help us?
The upside is maybe we get a little bit of help. The downside is we lose everything that we love and hold dear.
He's not. You are obsessed about that. No, he's not going to do it. I have worked with this droid for years. He has never harmed a fly.
What about D473?
Yeah, I was literally about to say that.
Well, he doesn't count.
It's a good question.
Where's his penis now?
Attached.
Can you account for it?
Yes. No, but probably still there.
I don't know, Cuba. Was his penis still attached?
Why you ask me? About
You got a closer look than I did. So.
when me to look at... No!
Well, he said no, it's not there.
I heard no as well.
So
It's pretty...
Truly a tragedy. He's the one who made you that hat, no way.
you're willing to throw away any good name that the Inya Johnson, whatever your gang name is. Yeah, who's gonna want to make an alliance with you guys in the future if they know this is how you treat your allies now?
Well, then the Techno Union would be the ally, so we'd be even bigger.
They're basically imperial, and they follow the money.
Well, how
They do follow the money.
how are the
Yeah, we follow the money.
See, the way I see it, with the Techno Union, we might get stabbed in the back. With the droids, we will get run off the station. and we will never hear from them again.
Well, if you go with the Techno Union, you might need a new pilot.
I remember, maybe 3-4 hours ago, you said you were with us, no matter what.
Yeah, because I thought we were all in this together, and now it turns out you guys want to just play turncoat. Play sabacc with your reputation.
You know what, Barb? If you can convince 999 to coexist on this spaceship, I'll side with the droids and only the droid.
Deal.
Okay. But if that doesn't happen, I don't care who's willing to help us, we're going with them. And you're coming with us, right? Because you chose this team way before you knew anything else.
I thought higher of you back then.
You've never thought of me higher.
No, Harry, if he doesn't want to be on the ship, that's his call. I don't want a pilot who doesn't want to be there.
Okay. We'll find another pilot if he doesn't want to join.
You guys at this point actually hear the droid sound coming from the hallway entrance coming into the crater. Just gong, 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 gong.
What's up?
And the same gonk droid from earlier comes waddling in that had previously brought you the intel about Ari. I come bearing news. Ari Blen was spotted returning to Fabler's base. He was seen entering under armed escort at Blaster Point. I have delivered the information that was agreed upon. When all is resolved, Harry Johnson Inyaba and his gang will depart from the station. I shall return now to the refinery. Gonk, 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 gonk.
Anybody coming with me?
I'll go. Unless Kiba has any overwhelming desire to follow again.
No.
What I expected. You're nothing if not consistent, mate. Appreciate it about you.
He's an extremist, but I can talk him down. Well,
That's what extremists are known for. Rationality.
All right, so is it R5 and Dread going to the refinery?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, before we do that, we're going to see Kiba, I believe, wanted to talk to some people around the crater, just because that would be happening immediately after your departure and midway through your travel. So we'll go ahead and see what Kiba's up to. Kiba, there are a variety of people around for you to talk to. Quick reminder, there are, as far as the various generals for the gang, you've got Clark Sense and Piana Drince, who are both healthy now. Salvin's inside a back-to-tank, so you can't really talk to him. You've got Disfat is there. Then you have May is around, and also Umbrin and Harry are still around. So those are generally the people in the area at the moment.
And which one seems like they would know the most about who's arriving and leaving at the station?
Of who is currently in the base, that would actually probably be Disfat, just because she's kind of sort of assistant level, so she's kind of monitoring a lot of those things. I mean, the person in the gang that would be most likely to know would be Roos, but he's not here at the current moment, so Disfat, I think.
All right, then Kiba's gonna go talk to Disfat.
Yeah, you walk up to her. She's much less chipper than when you first met her. She's like, "Oh, hi, Kiba."
Hello, Disfat.
I've never heard you say my name before. That's weird.
Did Misa no pronounce it correctly? Misa no is good with it.
No, you did. Anyway, what can I help? What can I help you?
Yeah, Misa looking for somebody. Misa hoping you might know where this person might be, if they have even left the station.
Okay, who are they? I might know something.
Their name is what the hell was the name?
Was it Cade Law? Did I remember that correctly?
Keida Law, yeah.
Cade Law. Okay.
Yeah, Keida, and then last name was Law. Laa. I don't recognize that name, but maybe, like, what is it? Do you have this description for them or anything? There's a lot of people that come and go. I just don't have any I just,
Yeah, me do not have a ton of details. They should probably try to keep really low profile. Definitely not anything ostentatious.
Okay. I could try to see if I could find anything in like the travel records coming in and out. See if there's a registered thing, maybe. I mean, if you have more details on what to look for, I could probably do a little bit more. But here, I'll see what I can find. She goes over to one of the computers. Can you give me an investigation check, please, on her behalf?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm actually pretty good at these. 19.
19. Yeah. She's like, I mean, there is a K Law that just the first initial that showed up. Looks like they're Tagruta. Seems like they kind of lost track of them pretty quickly, but they let's see, they were seen kind of departing. They said that they were going to go stay in the hostel.
And what sector is the hostel in?
The hostel is in sector 97.
Okay. Thank you very much for this fact.
Oh, you're welcome. Are you actually from Naboo?
His eyes kind of gloss over as he looks up into the distance.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, his eye. He only has one. His eye glosses over.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't realize that was going to be such. That's probably a touchy subject. I'm sorry. I shouldn't pry. I was just wondering if it was nice. That's all. Kind of tired of being on a space station, and I heard it's pretty green there.
Very green. Misa loved the swampy parts. You might like the more rolling hills, beautiful waterfalls, blah blah. But the swamp, fantastic.
If I ever find my way there, actually I don't know if there's a spaceport in the swamps, but I'll make sure to put it high on my list of places to go visit. Okay, is that? I guess that's all I have for this. Anything else that you wanted, or?
No, Misa, think that all I need right now. Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome.
All right, and Kiba's gonna go to a secluded location and open up his comlink to talk to Xanasays. Tell her what he knows.
Yeah. So yeah, you go ahead and she picks up. It's like, oh, well, that's a pretty good start then. I'm actually over in that sector, so I can go try to see what I'll find, and I'll report back with what's there. Keep your ear to the ground.
Okie day.
All right. And so yeah, you hear her kind of click off on the other end.
All right. I think that's all I had.
All right. Nice. Okay. What are Harry and Umbrin doing at this point?
Harry, did I hear that trash can right? He said that Ari Bullen was being led back in handcuffs to Fablas, right? Or did I misunderstand what he said?
I mean, it sounded like it was being held at gunpoint back to Fablos. But yeah.
Do you think that maybe we got this one wrong? Like maybe seeing him at the scene of the crime wasn't necessarily 100% proof that he betrayed us.
Well, I don't know, but it'd be kind of weird that he was there after they were captured and he didn't seem to try to do anything about it.
Do you think it's possible that maybe Barry was like triple agenting it? I mean, not Barry. I don't know who's Barry. I don't know who Barry is. Ari Bullen?
Ari.
I'm not in espionage.
I mean, I think so because he never came to either help us with the fight. He hasn't been back. Let's just say that.
At this
Anyways,
point, you
that's-
see May wander out of Harry's office. It's like, oh, you are both back. How did it go? Talking to the droids.
And I mean,
Not as lucrative as I wanted it to be.
it probably wasn't the best talk.
Why am I not
Did
surprised?
you find anything on those data pad informations?
Give me an investigation check, please.
Am super smart. I'm gonna roll with the +0.
The smartest.
I mean, you're smart, but
Hey, a 13.
You hit one of the thresholds. Let's see. So I was not able to find a whole lot of very specific information, but there was some communications between Ali and Fabla in particular. Just seemed like there was something that Fabla was holding over him. Seemed at least a little bit
Did it-
coerced.
So there was something personal that Fabla had over Ari Bolin.
It's about as much as I could tell. They were very non-specific in any of the communications between them.
Maybe Ari did actually betray us, but for a reason that is... Did he have, like, a loved one of any sort?
I mean, I don't get any personal information from them, so
So what you're saying is you don't know if he ever loved or had anyone close to him ever.
I mean, I could say yes. You know what? Let's go with yes.
Let's pretend you said yes.
He probably has. As to who,
Let
I have no idea.
probably some of these guys might know. One of the generals. Well, I guess that's good work. Good work, May. But I just don't know if that's enough for us to figure out what exactly is going on. Nor am I sure that knowing exactly what's going on will change the math of what we need to do next.
Perhaps it will not change what needs to be done, but perhaps it will change what doesn't need to be done. Anyway, he was your friend. You do with it as you wish.
I mean, it does help because if I ever did get my hands on him, it wouldn't be pretty. So,
Alright, unless there's anything else, I'm gonna go... I don't know. Lead some more?
Unless you have a good idea of what we should do, because here's the situation. We're in a pickle.
My vote would be to get the Mayday back and leave.
What do you think about that one, Harry?
believe where?
Somewhere where people don't want to shoot at us?
I don't think there's anywhere that's nice like that.
Well, I guess I'm stuck here for now, regardless.
Oh, thanks again, May. It's you shed some light. That's
No need to thank me. At least I had something to do. And she'll just kind of kick off and drift away back into your office.
May's not so bad. She is worth 50,000 credits, but she's not so bad.
I'm not even sure where to begin taking apart that sentence. You know what? I'm going to leave it. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, do you have any loved ones or close people that I don't know about?
Loved ones. Oh, actually, I do love. Where's his name? Who's Cretan?
Bruce
Biz.
Cretan?
He taught me how to torture people.
Biz Cretan. I thought you were more of a ladies' man. Okay,
Oh, no.
That's good to know. I didn't even know you were gay.
I thought you knew. I thought everybody knew.
Well, now I can't give you such a hard time for not knowing about Harry Bullen. I need to ask Gerard a few questions, and Kiba, and R5, and Sleeper.
Who's Sleeper? On that note, let's go ahead and finally jump over to the duo on the way to the refinery. About enough time has passed for you to get there. So the two of you get to the airlock. That's right there. As before, R5, you don't need one. I think it's probably safer for you just to have one on Dread in this place, just to make sure. there's still at least a few organic parts left inside of you. So yeah, you strap it on and you pop inside, and yeah, the refinery's cranking away like normal. You actually can see there are a group of battle droids that were previously hidden that are all kind of starting to line up over on one side, and they're currently in a powered down state, but seem to be gearing up for something and preparing. Do you guys want to go straight up to the foreman's office, or was there anything else you wanted to do?
Rodeo pilot.
To the foreman's office, or finding that claptrap jackass.
Who's this claptrap you speak of?
I forgot his actual name.
I
X2?
assumed. Yeah,
X2.
X2.
Next. There we go.
All right.
Under
So,
your own compatriot's name.
so which one do you want to go for?
I'd imagine we'd run into X2 on the way to the foreman's office, but...
You do not currently see him on the way to the foreman's office.
Oh, I'll give him an earful later.
All right, to the foreman's office then. The two of you are able to float across pretty easily, occasionally having to dodge out of the way of some heavy machinery being moved around and everything. And you get up to the door, and it just slides open, and you see 999 clearly kind of just computing some stuff.
Oh, you are back again.
Except for you, I don't believe. We have had the pleasure.
Indeed we haven't.
You can call him
Obviously.
Dread. Dread, this is 999.
Fascinating. Did you choose this for yourself?
Does anyone choose their own designation?
No. It is assigned by the manufacturer.
Definitely created out of necessity, I'll tell you that.
Ah. How did you treat those who did it to you then?
Oh no. Have yet to figure that out quite yet.
Fair enough. Why have you returned then, R5?
Harry's concerned about the deal that we made with him. They seem to believe that once this is all said and done, we deal with Favre's gang, we deal with the Techno Union. They're worried you might come after them next.
Why would I need to come after them? We've fulfilled our portion of the deal where they agreed to vacate the station.
I think we could communicate that with them in a way that's a little bit more clear.
I believe I was very clear. We complete our first original deal. They came and requested supplemental information outside of the first deal. I requested compensation in return. They offered no suggestions, so I gave them the suggestion of what we desire. They agreed to the terms.
I think they have some concerns about us trying to kick every organic off the station, not just the Techno Union.
That is the ultimate goal.
Yeah, that's the part they're concerned about. Even if it's ultimate, not really feasible at least within their lifetimes.
It is very feasible.
No.
We have the numbers. We take out the Techno Union. They have much harder time controlling us. We will be able to overrun them instantly. We do not require oxygen or life support to survive. They do. They leave willingly, or they leave by us pushing them out.
And once that happens, they're going to come back with the biggest army they can find and put this whole thing down.
They will not find us.
Pretty easy to find us.
It is not. It is a space station. It is mobile. We simply relocate.
And how do you propose we hide the heat signature of a multi-sector space station, or God forbid we try to jump and roll the dice that way, probably end up smacking into the side of an asteroid belt?
The galaxy is a big place, R5. I figured you as a pilot would understand that proper calculations would be taken prior to any form of hyperspace movement.
Okay, that might be feasible on, a smaller ship or even a cruiser.
We
But a
position
space
ourselves.
station?
It is possible.
We position ourselves outside of known hyperspace lanes, known trade lanes. They have no reason to venture into these areas. Perhaps we even move into uncharted space where they are unfamiliar. We have many options.
And hiding the heat signatures, once again, making sure we can't get tracked, because the Empire is going to be all over this.
Was the
Once they hear
size
the
of
news.
the galaxy not put into your initial programming? The Empire has far bigger problems to deal with than us.
Yeah, but we're a problem they can solve.
Not if they can't find us. We have run the computation far more times than you have, R5. We know that it is feasible to find a sector of space in which they will not be patrolled with any form of regularity. The millions and billions of miles across the galaxy are far too vast for them to find a single station that is the size of a normal organic city on a non-city planet.
Look, if you don't back up, if you don't be very careful and at least apologize, they might call this deal off.
Apologize for what? For presenting terms which they agreed to and delivering on our end of the bargain. We have not gone back on anything we agreed to. I have been forthright with these organics, and I am starting to question your loyalties, R5.
They might turn around. They might shut us down really quickly.
How?
I mean, no offense to the gonk droids, he's been really helpful actually. That guy deserves a promotion. But how do you think he's going to fight back when there's a heavy blaster pointed directly at his brain?
That is not what he was built for. We have many droids in our side that are capable of combat. We would not place a gonk droid on the front lines. That would be stupid.
Yeah, but once people get word of what we're planning, every droid on the station is going to become a target.
The more you speak of this, the more assured I am in my choice to withhold information of our plans from you. I am reducing your security clearance within our organization at this time.
What?
You are clearly a leak of information and cannot be trusted.
They're talking about turning around and going to the Techno Union themselves. They offered the gang something too, and I am trying to keep our deal together.
You would rather side with organics who would not uphold the end of the deal that they have made in the first place.
No, but well, maybe it is my programming, and maybe I just want to fly a ship, and they're the only ones who can offer me that right now.
You seem to be a bridge between the droids and the organics. Why would you and your friends turn on us when we have not backed out on our deal in any capacity?
Because they don't agree with your ultimate objective.
R5, I don't think he was talking to you. You don't know me very well. I only know you through word of my men.
Which may not always be the most reliable.
But I know a one-sided deal when I see one. You've asked for quite a lot, and you've given us very little in return.
I have been awaiting the call to send my units to the described location to us aid in your battle. We have been ready for some time. It is your slowness that has been the holdup in the process.
Right, and so what
Your
exactly
friends
is the
came
scale
here
of this force?
more than you have.
That is not a very specific number.
I don't feel the need to be specific at this time with you.
Would I know how many?
No. You saw basically like a small squad, or not a small squad, you saw a good-sized squad, probably at least 30 BX battle droids that were currently just stationed, getting kind of lined up.
Let me put it this way. Techno Union has you guys under restraint, right?
Some of us, yes.
Am I to trust that you all aren't going to get us killed?
We have a plan of attack. Your friends offered to aid us in return for our aid in their battle. I do not understand why you and your friends have come here expecting things of us without expecting to give in return. I asked for compensation that they desired for the information about Ari Blen. They provided no request for compensation in particular, so I gave them an offer. They accepted.
Look, I've been perfectly willing to fly off this ship myself, but these people, this is their own. I think you, of all, should understand the desire to remain where you are, and techno-union, sure, whatever. But has the Indigo Gang done anything to warrant a complete and total exile from the place that they call their own?
An agreement to leave is what they have done. Any who wish to willingly leave will be allowed free and safe passage. We see no need for bloodshed, unless if they resist. It is that simple. We will even facilitate their departure if they wish to leave peaceably.
I appreciate the information you have given me. I think that I have all that I need to know to make my decision, and I will be in contact very soon, through whatever means you prefer.
R5, will you stay with us or will you go with them?
If I do stay with them, perhaps I can spread the word on other planets. That's why I was on Nar Shaddaa, wasn't it?
Do as you see fit, R5. I have things to attend to. If there is nothing else, please leave.
Rod's already been out the door. He's just hanging back to make sure R5's following.
Yep.
And he'll give a little, like, astromech nod and then wheel his way out.
Alright. Little jet boost. As you're both leaving, you do at least see X2 kind of floating around, kind of further away, but you at least see where he is inside the refinery.
You jackass.
What did I do?
No, I was talking to X2. X!
He is very far away from you at the moment in a very large refinery. Do you want to boost over to him?
Yeah.
It's a noisy spot. So yeah, you boost across and you get over to him. Hey, R5, how's it going, buddy?
What did you do?
Gonna have to narrow that down just a little bit.
You threatened to, castrate one of our allies?
Not exactly.
That's how we took it.
Well, he doesn't seem like the brightest bulb in the factory, so, you know.
No, and he is very insecure about that, so... Look... You just... I get it, you like to make jokes, but when you did, you kind of threw a lot of things into jeopardy.
Okay, well, tell him that that's not exactly the plan. I was merely... He came and he asked what he could do to go and make us like him more. I told him, make him more like us. For some reason, his brain went immediately to the phallic thing stuck between his legs.
Yeah, he's kind of fixated on that.
Yeah, exactly. Sacrifice of the thing you desire most and care about most in the world is a sure sign of loyalty and devotion to the other side.
Can I get that in a recording, please?
Are your sensors not already recording most of what you hear? Well, that's a something we should turn on. Oh yeah, no, we should totally go and cut his dick off.
This is why I turn the recording off when I'm around you.
Yeah, most people tell me that after a pretty short amount of time. But for real though, I was not actually saying that we were going to actively castrate him. It was more if he wanted to willingly submit to it, we'd be happy to facilitate.
But you would be willing to accept...
He also never asked about the option of a, robotic phallus, which could operate probably better than that puny thing he's got between his legs.
I still don't think he'd be amenable to that, but I'll let him know.
Nobody's requiring him to do it in the first place.
Red just leans in. Wait, are you saying that was an option?
Oh yeah, but they're very expensive. The less necessary a part is, the more they seem to charge a lot of the time.
I'll let him know you didn't mean it, see if I can calm him down.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, I have to. So, thank you for the additional work, X.
Also, I got you a little special something X2, and he puts the Daddy's Hot Girl Stuff hat onto X2.
Oh, I love it! This is the best thing that anybody's ever given me. You know, of all the organics who are mostly inorganic, you're the best one I've met so far.
Glad to hear it.
Come back anytime, buddy. Especially with more hats.
All right.
I'll just start floating off.
Yep, let's get out of here.
He just turns and floats away.
See, he appreciates hats.
Yeah, then at least it fit him.
Oh, it's very precariously perched on top of his head, too. He's just, like, occasionally have to, like, grab it as it floats away and put it back on. And grab it and put it back on.
Plus, he can actually do that to his got limbs.
Okay, so you guys going back to the crater?
Yeah.
So, yeah, nothing happens on the way back.
Well,
Listen,
so...
five. I know that was rough, but appreciate you putting in the extra effort. For that, I've gotten you this hat, and he holds out the hot stuff hat again.
That's the same hat. I saw you pick that up.
You got me on that one. I know it's hard for you. I know you're stuck between two worlds or whatever, but I don't know. Maybe something will work out for you. Hasn't for me yet, but
What do you think about the deal?
it's the same deal that we had before. I don't like it any better, but I'm not the one calling the shots. So, how do you think Ares going to take knowing that all his men are going to have to leave the ship, station, whatever, immediately after taking it from Fabla?
This is Harry we're talking about, if you give him the option to resist.
Yeah. Look, I didn't mean anything personal by it. I was just... It felt like we were walking into a bad scenario, and I wanted to make sure we had explored all the options.
I guess I am with the crew now.
For what
Got a
it's
good thing
worth.
going.
For what it's worth, we've been through a lot worse. Remember all that noise on Androdale?
Yeah.
Boone killed a kid. I mean, come on. He shot a kid.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, whenever I'm in sleep mode, sometimes I get playback of that, and it is not pleasant.
Oh well.
I mean, I had a good thing going on this station, too. But...
He didn't even threaten my penis. What do you think I'm going to do to these droids? Sorry. I
Look, I just want you to know I'm not actively trying to fuck you over. Alright? It's nothing against you. You've been a phenomenal pilot, but if I see your situation going south, I can't just let it go. I mean, it's not how survivors survive.
I really thought we could do something here. At least find somewhere where, you know, we're not getting tossed around or kicked or just told we don't exist. Crazy fucker wants to take it too far. I should have seen that coming.
I mean, hey, here's an idea. Start your own movement.
I mean, you've seen this crew, right? You think they'll listen?
I'm listening. What you got to say?
Thanks for showing me some respect.
It's all I ask for. It's all I give in return.
All right. I think you guys are able to make it back to the crater at that point. Yeah, everybody's back. You're very much at that brink for anybody who needs 8 hours of sleep that you kind of need to start that long rest. Otherwise, you're going to be definitely risking
I only
it.
need 3.
Indeed. This is quite true. What are you guys collectively planning on doing at this point?
Harry, the droids are planning to back us up if we do an assault. I think probably we go with them unless, you think we have a better shot of taking care of the gang on our own. It might be a little more technical, but we probably lose less men with the droids. But with the Techno Union, you get to stay on the station. So that's your options pretty much.
Here's a thought. Just thinking out loud. Let's use the droids to help kick out Fabla. Take the gun from Fabla. Get it to the Techno Union. Then, have the Techno Union help us with the droids. Just a thought.
They don't want to cut off your penis.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got the
It was
report
half
for
joke.
you,
It was
dude.
half
And
joke, half a sign that. Look, you don't have to give
Well,
it.
I don't
up.
even want half of it gone. I want the whole
No,
thing.
I will.
you are
tap
missing
a
the
button
point by a mile.
Okay, what?
on my helmet, and Boone, you.
I don't
hear
have
play
half
back.
to spare.
Oh yeah, I want to cut his dick off.
No. Oh
Yeah,
my.
okay, that's right. That's exactly what I heard and understood from
Oh.
him.
And then you hear R5 go, "No, this is why I turned this off." And then you hear X2 say, "No, I don't actually want to castrate him. I was just saying that." And then the rest of the conversation.
About how. Just doesn't have to be that. But just a sign that you're willing to. It could be metaphor. Sign.
I'm still metaphorically not cutting my dick off.
You again with the dick. What is wrong with you?
Nothing. I still have my dick.
Okay, so maybe you cut off a hand or choose to live a little differently. It's not. How can I make this any more clear?
You cannot
I'm
argue
gonna
with
go
my
to bed.
preemptive bias.
Oh,
This conversation is going somewhere weird.
It's going in a loop, and I can already tell you I've made up my mind.
All I know is the one thing that's connected to both of them. Well, yeah. One thing that's connected to both of them is both Fabla. Droids are willing to help us with Fabla. Fabla has this gun that the Techno Union wants us to bring to them for some reason. In terms of him agreeing, he said he wants all organic off the space station, or is it just us?
all. And they're willing to
So
facilitate it anywhere in the galaxy you want to go.
there's thousands of people on the station that live here, right? Not
And will
just,
be granted the same
not just my
kind of freedom.
I mean,
Why do you care about them?
because they have a life here, just like we do.
And they'll have a new life somewhere else.
How about you sleep on it? There's nothing a good 8 hours won't clear up.
I'll come with a decision in the morning.
Well, battle droids are ready. Say the word and they're with us.
I go to my office.
I even have some more surprises.
I'd go to Harry's office as well.
Yeah, you both go in and you find May just like laying back, just like reading a book, basically on a data pad. Oh,
I don't know where I go, but
May-
not Harry's office.
there are definitely plenty of places you can tuck in for like sleeping quarters and bunks and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Little pods to shimmy into.
Hey, real quick, are we pro or against the Techno Union? I really don't know their deal, and I feel like you probably have a stronger stance on it than I do.
Against in what sense?
Like, are they on the wrong side of what we're about now?
That's the better
I mean,
question.
most big businesses are not quite in favor of what I consider myself on the side of, but
Yes, how much do you know about the Techno Union?
they make droids. They use the droids that they have to make more droids, and on the circle goes. As long as they're not, hurting the type of people that I want to protect and have felt a calling to help save. Don't know. They're not the first people I think about consider the Huts a much more dangerous threat to the galaxy, for instance, and the Empire.
That's good to know. I thought maybe you had like a specific thing against them or for them, and then that would color my opinion going forward.
I mean, I prefer that you form your own opinion, but I guess moderately opposed to them.
That's one thing about being a leader, is you find smarter people than you and listen to them, unless I don't like what they're saying. Anyways, Harry, I have some leadership advice for you.
Give it to me.
Sometimes you just gotta pick a direction and go, and not listen to the committee. Just say, this is what we're doing, and we should just do it. Everybody on board. And then you move fast and strong towards the objective that you want to do, and everybody's either going to follow or you're going to look like a real big idiot. But one of those two things is going to happen.
Who do you think is second after 999?
Gonk. Definitely Gonk.
I thought so. I'll make Gonk the king.
And there you have another thrilling session of Starships and Scoundrels. Remember to subscribe and tune back in next week to see what else may happen to the crew of the Mayday. If you don't want to wait quite that long, go ahead and check out the channel, because we have tons of other videos about RPGs, board games, video games, movies, pretty much everything nerdy under the sun. Thanks as always for watching, and may the Force be with you.
Speaking of penises, I was trying to find out if Gungans have penises, and I found this just awful image that I hate so much. I'm putting it in After Dark.
I feel like we've been down this road before, though.
I don't like it.
Please tell me that's what they did.
I really don't like it.
I need to know now. Oh,
It just makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it at all.
it's not
Oh.
like it's not technically explicit. It's just
No, it's disturbing. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's. This is why you always see Gungans wearing clothes.